Jeff Skunk Baxter talks about Jeff Porcaro an awful lot, Jim Hodder, Jim Gordon, a lot of drummers that he loved working with, but you might be surprised by the one drummer he says blew him away the most. Jeff Skunk Baxter on Rock History Music.
Some of your favorite drummers that you worked with. This is a few, just if you have time, a few questions from the fans.
Peter Holbeck, drummer vocalist from the Chicago area. I'm Losing You, their version of it. I'm trying to think of the name of his band. I should go online. I'm getting old, I forget all this stuff. Brilliant drummer. Jimmy Hodder, who I brought into Steely Dan from the Bead Game. Oh, man. Guys that are in the pocket. Mark Damian, the guy that's playing in my band. Frightening.
How'd you find him?
It was a friend of C.J. Vanston, who's my writing and co-producing partner on this. And of course, Ed Green and Jeff Porcaro and Vinny Colaiuta and Carlos Vega and Jim Gordon, the Cats, playing with all of those guys, pretty spectacular.
Well, speaking of that, you worked with Jeff Porcaro as well.
Yes.
That there's I talked to the Toto guys a lot more than most bands. Any memories of him?
Lots of memories. Jeff and I, did a ton of sessions together. It's in the studio in LA. And a wry sense of humor, never down. And his sense of humor was because when you're in the studio, there's some crazy stuff that happens. Number one, if you're first call, which I'm proud to have been, those guys, there's a certain camaraderie, and there's also a certain cockiness. You're there because you're the pro from Dover. There's nothing you can't do. Or if there is, you're not going to say it, and you're going to do it anyway. So every time I worked with him on any session, there was this tremendous wave of confidence, like with everybody else that I'd worked with. And Jeff had good jokes. He was like Jay Graydon. He had good jokes. And I'll think of it.
Hal Blaine?
Hal Blaine. Jokes. Constant.
Really?
So Jeff had some good ones. But his playing was, how can I describe this? Was inviting. In other words, some players play in a box. And, it's nice that you're there, but, he's here, you're here, you're here. Jeff's playing was inviting. His playing style was like an open book. So when you played with him, you could peer into the structure of what he was doing. And besides the fact it was just great, no matter what. It was joyous. It was fun. There was never, we did a lot of serious work, but we never obsessed about it. And he was, like I say, very inviting. And it was wonderful to play with him.
Why aren't you in the picture for Stampede?
Because I was still in both bands, Steely Dan and the Doobie Brothers, and was just making the transition.
Okay. Well, at first, someone had told me a long time ago when I was, before the internet, people say things. They go, maybe Skunk can ride a horse. I'm going, what?
No, I grew up in Mexico. I learned to ride at a very early age.
There's information on Jeff Skunk Baxter's brand new album, his first solo album of all time. Sure took him a lot of years. He's thinking of doing another one now, by the way. Right in the description of this video. Remember, if you want to make a donation to the channel, there are links at the very top to PayPal. You can join our Patreon, get early access to all our videos from all of our channels. But really, like our videos, subscribe to our channel, share them on social media, and comment on them. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music. Take good care of yourself.